strangle you.
God, look at that. Fraser.
Hello, love.
Sorry,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we can do if everyone's quite fucking settled.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's alright, it's preamble, it's all good. It's weird. It's weird, I don't know what I'm doing. When was the last time we recorded a pod?
Well,
it's where we always sit for a 4-man.
Not
This-
up there. You can sit
Yeah,
down.
but I don't want it.
You occasionally progress up
I
there.
might move
to be fair, by
up
the
and
end,
down.
he does usually end up on the
Yeah.
edge.
But sometimes,
Of the
you know,
one
like,
up
right,
before
sometimes
we
you get like here and you're like, hello Parker, hello. And like the sexual tension is just like too like palpable for the podcast.
Oh, very palpable.
When was the last
Well, I
time
was
we
thinking,
recorded the podcast?
We didn't do
This
a
is
Christmas,
alien.
We didn't do a Christmas special this year.
Who wasn't here?
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
I'm not. I don't know that. When was the?
To
What
a
was
certain
the
extent,
last
I like
podcast
the.
we did?
I've loved the 2 Christmas specials, but it does get to a certain. Well, I was kind of thinking. Certainly, if we did that one, like where do you
Well,
then
my worry is 'cause
go?
the first one was just us two. Obviously, the second one was all us 4. We
We then
covered
need
what we
8.
do on Christmas. We get like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We did a Christmas
Other than
tin.
presents, what else could we have done to make it different and exciting?
We just record you cooking the
Nothing.
Christmas dinner.
So I'm trying to think what the last was. It just a notes one?
Sorry, fact check and Jets. Can you get out what the last podcast was?
It must have been a notes one, but it wasn't. No, Spotify Wrapped,
Yeah.
So that's
that
what
would have been the last
Spotify-
one, and that was fucking yonks ago. Because that's November that comes out, isn't it?
No, it comes out like I think that
It
was
came
uploaded
out
in
2 weeks
December.
ago. It's got 23
'Cause it came out in London, didn't it? Is
Oh yeah, that doesn't, but we
There's no
filmed it
thumbnail.
quite a while before
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
With still no thumbnail.
There is
Well,
still no
whoops.
thumbnail.
Fraser. But this is
This feels weird, to be fair.
But this is the return of MAB.
Return of the Met. It's the return of the Met.
And what's good?
Return of the weekly MAB.
Oh,
Don't-
that's brave.
Come on.
No, it's not.
And the good thing,
We need to manifest this
but the
shit.
good thing is, we can use this as like an excuse, because we're going to do a pod basically all about our London trip, and that's what I'm going to tell myself is the reason there wasn't a Christmas special one, because like it was dissertation into London trip
physically
into
didn't
actual
have any
Christmas.
time.
It was like I don't think we
Oh,
had
our
any time
lives
anyway.
were busy.
So you know,
We still are.
we can get off our backs.
But like the
But
people,
there is going to be a weekly pod from now on.
Yeah.
like the
With
requests
gentle
in the
nuggets.
comments for like the pod to
Oh, I
come
know.
back. I was just getting so overwhelmed.
Mount Noble was seething.
Yeah, like Katie C. Part of Shepherd literally threatened to stab me the
Oh,
other day.
Mount
because
Noble
of the
threw
podcast.
a table at me and was like, "Where's the pod?" I was like,
Oh,
"Matt."
Is that why your forehead was looking so bruised recently?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
full-on table.
What? What one of those? It's called a bit.
It's called a joke.
We're lying.
It's called a
We're
joke.
like, no one cares. Why do we put ourselves through
To be fair,
this?
Mount Noble actually did.
He does. Yeah. I know.
He was like, "Where's the podcast?" I was like, "I'm sorry, Matt."
No, we're back up. I'm buzzing.
With at Udi's.
We are.
Oh shit, my Scooby Oodie.
Scooby.
Oh shit!
Alvin and the
My
Chipmunks.
Udi. But I got a
You're
big.
rapping the Alvin and the Chipmunks, did you
Got
know?
an Ninjago
Well, you
blanket.
two are red. We're Udi.
We're G's.
Yeah.
I think we're more G's than they are. Like.
Well, the thing is
After
both of
Alvin.
your halves are G's, whereas only one of this half is a G. So it's
Yeah, your side is let down.
like classic Jess.
Classic Jess! Hello and welcome to the Mediocre Best Podcast. I'm James, the nerdy Brit Skinner.
Hang on. I'm Fraser Oliver.
I'm Parker, King of Orange's Register.
And I'm Jess Donny Van de Beek Ori.
Hey! Full
We're
house.
clapping ourselves.
We've got a full house.
We're clapping ourselves.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just. Do talk. I just worried. I don't want to cut you out of the thing here, James. You're quite a.
But right, we're like.
I can always lead it. There we
Like
go.
on a real, we were busy, so sorry, not sorry.
But it means you're
we're
going to
back.
get a great podcast. I think this genuinely is going to be a very
Yeah.
good podcast because we've got 4 days worth of London chat. Like this is just going to be.
So for some context, we went to London. We're going to talk about that.
There's your context.
Yeah.
There's context. We went
because we
from
went-
the
Monday to Friday.
18th to the 22nd of December. We saw theatre.
I say, do a little. This is like a little
Food.
trailer. What did we do? London. We saw a show a night, which is
Yeah.
impressive.
On
Fair
the
play
same
us.
night we travelled down as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I can talk about this. There are certain days where like I can't because
Can't really remember.
Oh, the shows themselves, I can go on Monday. We saw those Tuesday.
Because we booked them, it was like
Yeah.
we were trying to
That's the
organise
event.
what were the logistically what made sense to do what on what night.
But we did
Whereas
so
the
much in the day.
days, I couldn't
days are
tell you.
blending.
If you said what did we do on like the day we saw Frozen, I go
I can
don't.
piece them
I-
together
I-
via photos.
Right. Let's see what detective work we can
Okay.
do. Monday was
I see
literally
we'll go day by day.
Yeah. And then we'll go into some more depth.
I know
don't
what
worry.
Frozen was.
I think we go day
let's
by
let's
day.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So Monday was literally
Travelled.
Travel.
get up, travel,
Quickly drop stuff off at yours.
go see Book of
Get
Mormon.
We
the
stayed at my
theatre.
house for
Yeah,
context.
Free accommodation.
Frozen.
I've got
oh no,
the
there's plenty that goes wrong after
I've got
that.
the timeline
But
via
that-
photos.
So
I can-
that
Let's see if we can piece it together
was
first.
museum.
Yeah.
Museum we did on Tuesday, didn't we?
Yeah,
Oh.
Natural History Museum.
Natural History
we did
Museum.
other stuff though
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
There was one of the markets we went to.
Oh
Yeah, we went to
we
Greenwich, then
around
we did Natural
Greenwich.
History
Greenwich
Museum.
Market.
And then we had the fancy hot chocolate.
Greenwich was the nice
Yeah.
indoor one. Was that
Yes.
the magic trick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv, that was
Yeah.
insane.
No,
No,
Magic
no,
Trick.
no,
We're,
that was-
we're,
yeah,
we're,
yeah.
trying to recap it in our own
Wednesday we
heads
went
first.
to Christmas market.
Wednesday
We
was
did.
Christmas market day. Look,
'Cause-
that was the day, wasn't it?
Because Frozen was Christmassy, so we went, oh, Frozen.
Yeah.
Was
So-
that winter?
Was that the reason?
Also,
No, but as in that's how it went. In my head,
Yeah.
I remember going, oh, Christmas,
also
Frozen.
that was next step day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Next step day. I haven't actually seen that
And we
video.
went to
Was it
M&M
supposed
World.
to be?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I have
M&M
it.
World, Lego store.
Show the video. Show the camera.
And then
That's not gonna show.
Thursday.
Thursday, we went to the classic football show.
Thursday
Disney
was
store.
random extra bits day that we hadn't done yet.
And go back to one of the markets to get you guys some
Bao
bao
buns.
buns.
Yeah, it was random shopping day with Disney Store and Kingsman Shop and
Oh, yeah, the King's
King's
Yeah.
Cross.
Still on that bar.
So, shall we go day by day and talk, just sort of do a little, well, I say little, I reckon we go through the days and talk about cool shit that happened
I
each day.
didn't get 4 hours of sleep.
Monday. What time was our
Monday.
coach?
Our
Quarter
coach
to
was at
Quarter to
5:45 in the morning.
So what time did everyone...
James got home from work at
So I
This
literally
was mental
finished
for
at
me.
11 p.m, got home at 12. Hadn't finished fully sorting out my packing stuff. So I think I went to bed at like 1:30.
Yeah.
Oh god.
See, I was
Insane.
quite impressed with myself because I think I was asleep by about 9:30, 10
We
o'clock.
had-
I told myself, like, I know I'm going to be absolutely miserable tomorrow if I don't
Yeah.
get sleep. And especially seeing a show that evening, I was like, I need to be. And it was, the way we did it is we each picked a show that we wanted to see, booked the tickets, then there was no sending money because it was all booked.
Too much aneurysm.
And we were seeing Book of Mormon, which was my choice, on the Monday. So I was like, if I'm tired for that, I'm going to really be annoyed at myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to get to sleep.
Yeah.
10 o'clock at the latest.
We
otherwise I'll
obviously
cry.
had panto rehearsal beforehand.
Did you?
So we were back by 5, had dinner, and
Finished
basic-
little bits of packing, and
yeah,
I was like, I
basically
need
went
to
to
just.
bed.
So I had work all weekend. On Sunday I worked all day. I worked all day for 3 days in a row. Got home about 5 o'clock, had dinner, started packing, was like cleaning my whole room. I cleaned the whole house basically.
Which
And-
is weird. I don't know why you cleaned the whole house that day.
I got a message from you at like 10:30 going, please help if anyone's awake.
I was
Because
just sleeping.
something
I
had
was
spilled in the
quite
fridge
happy
that I don't think anyone had realised. There was liquid everywhere, and I just physically just couldn't hold everything. Anyway, I ended up going to bed at like 1:30. Woke up at like
Waked up.
4:30 maybe. I don't know.
Ooh.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
You didn't sleep.
What?
You got 3 hours of sleep, basically.
Yeah. But I slept on the coach.
now,
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that was my
I
thing.
slept
Is that,
loads
like,
on the coach.
not only did I, because even with your like 8 hours sleep, then you were sleeping on the coach, and I was like, I can't sleep on a coach, so I was just kind of like.
so coach journey, how long? I can't remember how long it
we
actually
got on
was.
the
8 hours,
coach
9 hours?
at 5:45. Got to Earl's Court at 3:30.
So, obviously we knew we were going to stop once. So like, yeah, obviously we'll do a stop. But we stopped at Plymouth.
Yeah, we usually
Which
stop
was-
at Plymouth.
Yeah, but I didn't know that
Yeah,
was
I didn't
happening.
know
Uh,
I knew there was a change. I knew there was
But-
something at Plymouth, but I didn't know it was going to be like a 45
it's not
minute.
usually that long.
Like
when
that was.
when
Well, 'cause-
we did it last year, it was only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
just
want to
'cause-
talk a bit about your coach journey last
Oh,
year?
my
Just
God.
quickly, just because for context, in
So-
my head I'm going, our journey there, is it ideal an 8.5 hour coach? No, obviously not. Was it okay? Yes.
So, when me and James went last year, the coach journey there was fine. There wasn't any problems. It was a full coach, but where this year we had like an hour at each stop, just because there was no traffic, because it was so early in the morning.
Yeah, like this journey on both ways, we zoomed through so quickly. Like it was like, right, it was supposed to have a half-hour gap at this service station. We're gonna have an hour because we got here so early.
But when last year we went, the stops we were at were only like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, just because it was enough for the driver to have a legal break, and that was it. Whereas this time it was nice because we ended up going into Plymouth, getting a Mackey's breakfast. It was
great.
beautiful.
There was
tell
no
them
crap.
about the way home though. Last
God.
time.
I think I explained this a little bit in the pod before, but the way home was awful. So we got the 2:30 coach because our thinking was we can spend the morning in London, wrong move. Because we got on that coach, couldn't get out of London because it was packed, it was rush hour, was late by nearly 2 hours to get to Heathrow. Bearing in mind, at Victoria, the coach was already half an hour late to begin with, so we didn't set off for ages. Nearly 2 hours late at Heathrow, that's not a good start. Heathrow to Bristol, we were stuck for about 3 hours in standstill traffic.
Massive traffic jam.
Massive accident. So then, by the time we got out the accident, the driver had exceeded his legal limit. So it meant that we couldn't
To
stop.
drive, not
yeah,
drinking.
to drive.
He's
It
just
meant-
been down in
Bottle of whiskey.
It meant that we couldn't stop at any service stations the whole time. We pulled up on a side road on the way to Plymouth. The driver swapped over, still didn't even stop at Plymouth. Just drove straight into Cornwall. The toilet was barely working, was it?
The toilet was fucked, and the problem is as well, it was one of those because, for example, when we came back, there were two coaches, and they were each doing like. So, for example, one of them was going like up to Newquay, which when we went, it was doing all of the
It did
Cornwall
all of
stops, and if you don't know the geography of Cornwall, basically it takes fucking yonks to like. You're basically going up and down Cornwall instead of just straight through. Going all the way up to Newquay, then down.
Yeah. So
It's
when
a
you guys
ball
came,
ache.
did it stop at Truro and then you could either get off to go to Newquay? What happened there? Did you go straight from
No,
Truro?
no,
there's
well, ours
two-
didn't go to Newquay.
Oh,
No,
there's
it
there's
literally
two
did
coaches.
Truro, and then
running
the
alongside
next stop
each
was
other.
ours. Like,
One doing one half, one
Okay.
doing the other.
like it literally was Truro, and the next stop was us.
Oh,
Like, it
because
was.
last time it was Truro, then Newquay, which makes no logical
That
sense
makes
because
yeah,
then
'cause
No,
because then it has to go back from.
No, it wasn't. I think it did. Like it might have done St Austell and then Newquay, but it wasn't Truro then Newquay.
Oh yeah.
that would be ridiculous. To do
But
Truro,
yeah, it was
then you-
ridiculous.
I remember
Anyway,
that.
so we was like, oh, we're still behind, but we was like, we can get home before 1 a.m. Get Domino's because we hadn't eaten.
No.
The only food we had was like
I had
sandwiches
no
or whatever.
Well,
But we
because
were
at
starving.
that point we were living in separate houses, so you went off to yours, I went
Yeah.
to mine.
So anyway, we're
Well,
at
well, I was
Newquay.
here.
We're at Newquay at about 1 a.m. We're like, fuck, well, we're
just
not
not
going to
eating.
eat until like tomorrow. So
For me
we
to
don't.
for me to then come to the gaff, and then the pipes had all frozen, so I didn't even have
Oh, yeah.
drinking water. Luckily, somehow I'm not a plumber, but I turned the taps on enough that it got some water flowing through them. Then in the morning, the taps were working.
It's because it was so cold.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they then unfroze by me
No.
turning the taps on a few
No
times.
idea.
But thank fuck it worked.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think I stepped through my front door until about 2:30 in the morning.
So from your perspective, whatever
like a
happened on the
12-hour
coach journey
journey.
this time,
That was
you're
bliss.
it doesn't have. It could be anything, and it will not.
I
even
Yeah.
understand with that.
Like you,
That's
like,
why
whatever happens.
I was genuinely so anxious about this coach journey.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
of last time.
because the stops was like the way there was fucking bliss. It was literally apart from the charging thing
Yeah.
because
That
the
was
charges
the
on the
thing,
coach didn't work, which is
They
a fucking
did on the way.
irritation.
I didn't try them on the way back actually. I don't know if they worked
I didn't
on the
need
way
to
back. I didn't
on the
need
way
to.
back,
But-
But on the way
Last year
there
it worked.
was a slight ball ache.
because none of our charges worked.
But they had a USB one, and they had like a proper socket,
No,
to use,
it
and neither of them worked. So it's a bit like, okay, well that's
It felt like because not they didn't even work. It felt they didn't even like my 3-pin plug wouldn't even go all the way
No,
into
mine
the
didn't
socket.
even-
It was
no.
that
No.
bad, and the USB one didn't go all the way in.
No.
So,
It might have just been an old coach, to be fair.
yeah,
it's just not ideal.
No.
but apart from that, like as we said, did the 3 hours, stopped in Plymouth, literally had a
Had a
Mackey's
Mackey's
breakfast.
breakfast. That feels you right. I was like, right.
We
No-
managed to
another
charge
3
our
hours at a
phones at the
KFC.
second stop.
Yes,
though.
second stop. Charge our phones at the table.
Had
Like
an
in
hour
KFC.
instead of the scheduled
Yeah.
half hour.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The only bit that made us a little bit more delayed was obviously when you get to Heathrow. It's always going to make, but it only delayed us by like 10 minutes.
But it
Yeah,
didn't,
we were
it didn't
barely
feel.
delayed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't feel.
And then what? It took maybe about an hour from Earls Court to my house.
But again, that was
Sam.
But yeah, that's yeah. So it was an fairly uneventful coach journey there. To be fair.
Yeah.
I slept most of the way, didn't I?
I slept. I slept a lot of the early journeys.
Yeah.
It was dark. As soon as it started to get light,
Oh no, I can
can't
sleep for anything.
I
I
can't
can
sleep when it's
sleep.
light. I'm like, if it's dark, obviously 5:45 in the morning, it's pitch black. So I was like, right. And winter, I was like, oh, I can sleep. I am sorted.
Those were the worst of both journeys, because at least when it was light, obviously, you know, not only do you get like the visual stimulation of like stuff out the window.
Yeah.
Like, I know that first 3 hours, it was dark, I was tired, everyone else was sleeping, so I was kind of just
Yeah.
entertaining myself. That was pretty fucking dull.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when we were getting late on the way back and it's dark and you're just like, come on, I just want to go home now. I've got no.
I mean,
no
yeah.
visual
And then when
stimulation.
you guys got
Oh,
home,
yeah,
because I
no.
didn't travel back with them. I stayed at my house for
this.
Christmas.
Do we want to save this for the third day, or do we do that for like the final day?
We'll save that.
We'll save that. We'll leave
A
you with that.
teaser.
But I was gonna say something I forgot. The good thing though, the thing is, was like going somewhere. You've got the excitement of like, oh, we're gonna see all these
Yeah.
shows. Coming back, you're like, I just want to be in my bed now.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
like
good.
actually, you know what?
Day's
I think
done.
I've had enough now. I'd like to just be in my bed, and we'll get to that later. Book of Mormon, I guess, is the next thing, other than obviously meeting your parents. Legends.
Oh,
Love 'em.
you've heard
My
that
dad
story,
picked
haven't
us up from
Hero.
the station.
My
Absolute
God.
hero.
you? What do you?
What a guy.
What? And to be fair, in case we don't mention it again, what a hero for like taxing us around.
Yeah.
Like he was an absolute hero.
Bloke was a don. I love
Like
it.
absolute champ.
Obviously there was a couple of times where we got back on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never in the morning or like for Tuesday through Friday. He did a lift for us
Yeah.
every morning.
Yeah, like in
Oh,
the night sort of after a show, obviously we'd get
Yeah.
the bus back, of course. But yeah, in the morning we would always have a lift from Yorick. Oh, what? Oh, I just love it.
getting
I
us to
just
TFL, and then we ride TFL.
Love
I love
TFL.
The
TFL.
DLR you love.
Yes, we haven't got
Sorry.
the DLR.
But I do, but
Sorry.
we do
get,
love.
We'll get to the DLR. We'll get there.
Right.
And then Book of Mormon.
Show number 1, Book of Mormon. Jess, what were your thoughts on Book of Mormon?
Incredibly tired, but I did enjoy it.
I'm glad.
And I had a lovely ice cream in the interval. It was great. It was lemon sorbet.
Even
It
though
wasn't
you were
nice
very
ice
Londonish when you got, because you kind of like went out to pee, and then came in to get your card to go out
Well, I
to
didn't
buy
know-
your ice cream.
I didn't
to
know
go
I'd
in.
want an ice cream.
That was a nice ice cream.
Do you know I've never had ice cream at a theatre
Really?
until that London trip. Because either I'm usually with my parents and they're like, don't be a fucking idiot. We're not paying a tenner for a tub of fucking ice cream. And I'm like, alright, God. Like, that's usually what it's like. I don't usually go to the theatre.
It always, I'd say I do it about a third of the time.
Okay.
Because I both have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
They have to have a flavour I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
And also it depends, like, you know, if I know it's like 2 minutes till we're seating, if the ice cream queues were, like, literally, Book of Mormon, I literally couldn't walk to my seat without going, seeing the ice cream,
Yeah.
and there was no
Oh,
queue.
at that point you're like,
So I could literally,
yeah.
I could literally have an ice cream in my hand 20 seconds later,
Yeah.
if I wanted.
So even if the curtain's up in 2 minutes, like, I don't care. It
Yeah.
takes 20 seconds, I'm getting an
Yeah.
ice cream.
It was only ever when I went to the Great Yarmouth Hippodrome with Barb and Keith that I got
Why
that.
does everyone have a hippodrome?
Right, this is my thing. If you go to professional panto, you have to get an ice cream. in the
Yeah,
interval.
you do.
That is
You
kind of- that
have
is
to get
kind
an
of
ice
weird.
cream in the interval. That's the point.
It's a cult classic.
I'm not sure that's
Sometimes
quite the
it's
right
It's a Roman
terminology.
cult. Doesn't
You
quite
know
work.
what I mean?
Doesn't
though.
marry well.
Mark, what were your thoughts on the Book of Mormon?
I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to.
How much did you expect to enjoy it out of 10?
What did you think it was going to be going into it? Having
It's
got no...
not. I think because I'd listened to the music beforehand. I listened to it before I'd met any of you guys.
Oh,
But
Sorry.
no,
I
but
apologise. I did it again.
I'd listened to it so many times because you always have it on in the car when you're getting ready.
This is true.
It's
Guilty as charged.
At this point, I was just like, oh, really, again? But
Again? What do you mean? More like, yes, please.
but then
Just because
I
this is your
actually-
first time, was it also your first
My
time?
first
Yeah.
time.
it was my first time actually going to see it, and the scenes were funny. I liked because I didn't know it was also written by South Park
South Park,
guys.
Oh, that makes sense.
I didn't know that the Jesus was a reference. I just thought it was.
Neither did I until
I just thought it was
yeah,
peace and love
so
Jesus. I thought it was John Lennon Jesus.
which would
So-
never be a problem.
No, so I thought that was funny. I genuinely enjoyed it a lot more than
Because he was like,
I
am Jesus.
Who?
The
Jesus.
guy in Book of
Jesus.
Mormon.
The guy who usually says "I am" name is usually that name.
The guy who went,
He had the.
Jesus. He goes,
Jesus.
with the lights on his robe and all. Did you watch the fucking show? Oh.
I'm gonna have to.
This
watch
is going to
it.
be a great podcast if Jess can't remember any of the fucking shows.
But yes, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Just checking the time. But my
We don't
eyes.
quite- This is gonna be a long podcast.
My
this
eyes
is-
gotten worse because I can't.
Do I go to the
all I know
Specsavers?
is that that's in the 20 minutes. Is that 20 or 28?
I can see it says 50. I just can't see what the number before
I
it
It's
is.
think
just
it was
20.
50.
That's 2053.
Yeah.
My eyes are actually getting worse. But
Specsavers.
Anyway.
the problem is I'm scared of putting contacts in. But I don't want
I
glasses.
am never off track.
These are-
I'm never
these are-
putting
as an
contacts.
actor, I can't. Like,
Thing is, I can
can
get
actors have
by.
glasses?
I could, well, in some roles, but
Yeah.
I can get by without my
Yeah.
glasses on. Like Joseph, I did it. Second
Glasses.
Plays, I did it, no glasses. Pantom, we did it. Because it's long distance, I don't have to read long distance for a fucking show, it'll be fine. I'm just not putting contacts somewhere else, it scares the shit out of me.
What's the best performance of Book of Mormon you've ever seen? Specifically, because you've seen it like 20 times. haven't you? You fucking virgin.
Thing is, I do need to get a life. Thing is, the first West End one was like, because I saw it at the Bristol Hippodrome first, and I was like, yeah, this is obviously great. But a touring show versus
Yeah.
the West End is never going to compare. So it'd probably be the first West End. So it's like my favourite show at the time, probably still is. And I was like, just seeing it West End, like the scale, and it is massively different to the tour, like with a lot of the scale of it. So I think the first West End time I saw it.
How did they change it pre Black Lives Matter to now?
There's little.
A couple of little jokes.
There's little lines and stuff that have been cut.
I know I have one of the. I know I have the original script somewhere.
I also
I
have
think
the
it's a
original
Wayne
script.
Western, but
I have the original script.
See, I
at school
can't have it
somewhere,
out.
so I could.
I will, yeah.
But there are a couple of lines and jokes that, rightly so, have been either changed or just completely removed. But watching the show, only because I'd seen it and knew, did I go, well, they've cut some. It wasn't enough to go, oh, that seems weird, it doesn't fit. Like, rightfully so, there are some lines and jokes that have been, but they also haven't changed. Because obviously, but if you don't know, it's quite
satirical
a-
theatre.
it's quite a
provocative.
yes, it's quite a politically correct, like, questioning show as it is, and there's still bits of that obviously because it's kind of. If you took all of it out, I'm not sure what kind of a show you'd have. With it. It's a weird sort of.
If the show isn't risque in
Yeah.
some way,
It kind of defeats.
there is no show.
The whole point is a satirical look at religion and all of the things. So take that away, you haven't really got a show.
Yeah.
But yeah, there certainly were a couple of lines and jokes that were sort of.
Having seen it on tour, I reckon at this point, 4 years ago maybe, and then seeing it then, it didn't like the soundtrack hasn't changed.
No, none of
And
the songs.
I
have
didn't
changed.
recognise the difference between the lines.
Well, the one thing I do like is that I think it's I Believe, he says something about the head of the church, and they change the name every time there's a new head of church,
Oh,
which
that
is really
makes
cool. Yes.
Just a preference. When I say pre Black Lives Matter, I know the movement has been going on for many years.
Yeah,
I just
as
mean
in-
a couple years ago.
2020, the mainstreamification.
Yeah, like the
Black
yeah,
Lives Matter?
yeah. I think that's
Not
the
in
thing.
a bad
Just
way.
thought I'd preface.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
out
that's
there.
probably that's probably the thing. to say,
preface that.
yeah.
You probably should, because you are very fucking racist.
James, you can't say that on a podcast.
Oh yes, because there's somebody going to watch this
I'm
and
literally
think
mixed
you're
race.
racist. Alright, so you say mixed race people can't be racist.
That's all
I
I'm
say
saying.
we move on.
I say we cancel Jess.
All I was saying.
Imagine, no one's going to watch this podcast think me calling you racist means you're racist.
Sorry, Matt Noble, were you offended by that comment? Because he's the only
Do
one
you now
who
think
watched
she's
it.
racist? Is that your point?
If Matt and Katie are okay with it, then we're probably fine.
Those are our demographic
Those are the only two people that watch it.
Okay.
Katie and Matt.
for more than 2 minutes.
Sorry, coughing.
Alright, that was a good thing to bring up.
Thank
Good,
you.
provocative.
Yeah.
Racism.
What?
Well, let's not fist
the,
bump
the
racism.
camera can see my brain thinking, should I preference
Your
what I
brain
meant?
thinks.
Preference.
310s.
Wait, your preference is racist?
Your preference is racist.
What? No. Anyway,
Like
sorry.
Reese's.
James, anything to add on the Book of Mormon?
The Mormon's fucking sick.
It is class, isn't
I
it?
love it.
It's just class.
Sick.
Just good fun.
And then we took the bus. We took the London Red bus. I am a driver on a number 19 bus.
For a singing.
What did our Wednesday?
Oh, you missed a day!
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Pancake day!
What did our Tuesday entail? In the daytime.
We went to Greenwich.
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 Yes.
I'm off to Greenwich.
We went to Greenwich.
And it
To the
rained.
Greenwich Market.
Yes. There was a certain thing that you called, and I quote, the best food I've eaten on this trip. Not verbatim.
Oh.
Would you
Yeah.
like
Talk
to
to us.
explain to the audience what you...
Why did you say not verbatim when it probably was verbatim?
That sounded verbatim, I can't lie. Go on.
I retract the non-verbatim statement.
So-
It's verbatim.
So,
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
So,
Verbatim.
so
Verbatim.
Go on, sorry, Jess.
in
Verbatim.
Okay, go on.
morning,
Verbatim. Okay, you can go now.
my
Oh, verbatim.
mum.
Verbatim.
I-
Okay, you can go now.
Theatre verbatim.
Okay, sorry, go on, Jess. What were you saying?
Before we left the house,
Okay, I'm done now.
before I left the house, I made us all a lovely cooked breakfast, didn't I? Well, yes, I did.
That wasn't relevant.
I said, what's that relevant?
I was asking you about the mac and cheese sandwich.
Yes, no, I know. Don't spoil it for the viewers.
What?
Sorry, Fraser will definitely bleep that out in the edit.
Yes. So,
I really, Jess, you've gone to the
Keep
back.
telling the
guys
story,
to tell
I'm gonna get the other back.
So we went to Greenwich, we was like, we're not hungry that much, but we saw this mac and cheese toast, it was brilliant ever, so we shared it, because I was like, I'm not too hungry, I can't eat the whole thing. But it was like plastic cheese, it was so sexy, wasn't it? Please explain.
I don't think it was plastic cheese. I thought it was quite nice cheese, actually. Calling it
No,
plastic
like
cheese
orange
actually
cheese,
mildly
it wasn't
insulting.
plastic cheese, but like, you know, like, it looks like American cheese.
Take me to American boy.
Red Leicester.
Boy.
No.
I just came to Red Leicester.
It's like a bass drum.
But it was
Red
mac and
Leicester.
cheese. It was mac and cheese in a toasty and it was amazing. What did you boys have?
I had a brisket roll and
And
the best chocolate strawberries I think I've ever
They-
had.
it was good
What?
chocolate.
What
They
are
were
these
good.
chocolate strawberry?
They were the best thing
What the fuck are you
I've
doing?
ever had.
It was what I'd call like London chocolate. Like you could taste that chocolate was like.
Rich.
No, but like if you're gonna get like Tory
London
chocolate, like the
What does that mean?
like Tory.
What does that mean? London
Like
chocolate, what does that mean?
Yeah,
It's Belgian
like
chocolate.
Belgian finely
Like
crafted
shells.
shit, that sort of chocolate. I was like,
Belgian finely crafted shit.
you didn't find that shit in Western Superman. That's all I'll say.
Don't find anything.
It was-
That's impression.
You can't
Good.
see anything because
Go on, Jess. Do you want to finish that joke?
Yeah, go on, Jess.
Back
because the
yourself.
beer is so shit.
Well, what I quite like.
Oh, I
the
thought you were
brown
going to say
beer.
it's because Holly Mansfield sounding in the way.
Where were we?
What? Wait.
Oh yeah, Tory chocolate.
Oh yeah, Tory
chocolate
chocolate.
strawberries.
It was just the best chocolate strawberries I've
proper
ever had
good
in my life. And it wasn't just the chocolate, the strawberries were like,
Juicy.
they were proper nice. They were those, because like when you buy them from supermarkets and stuff, sometimes a lot of them are slightly bruised
Yeah,
and squishy.
or a bit green still, and
Yeah.
it's like.
All of them were fresh and firm and lovely.
My boobs are right here, by the way.
Oh. So yeah, the chocolate strawberries.
Chocolate strawberries.
I
need
need
to get
think of
into
the
that.
next time of lava.
But we got that.
we
beg
had
your
we had
fucking
hot
pardon,
chocolate.
James.
We had that hot chocolate.
The last time I've had chocolate covered fuck! Alright, I'll get this out.
I can't remember.
You got this?
I cannot remember the last time I consumed chocolate covered strawberries.
Wow.
Well done, James.
All it took
You
was
got a
an
sentence
addiction.
out.
Ooh, fistings.
We
and then
also
we had that
went
fucking
to
hot choco, innit?
Dark
Oh my
sugars, so
god,
if
that
you've seen it
hot
on
chocolate
TikTok-
was phenomenal.
So have you seen it on TikTok where you get the chocolate that melts?
They put like sharp, like
the shavings
sticks
that melt
of chocolate.
into
It
it. We
tastes
went
like
to
you're
there.
basically drinking melty chocolate.
it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like you can choose a hot chocolate and then they just whack
What?
some like proper sticks of chocolate
We all
in
got
it.
different flavours.
What'd
What
you get,
flavour
James?
did everyone get?
Can't remember.
Was it salted or did you get
You
salted
got
caramel?
praline, didn't you?
No.
Or hazelnut?
I got hazelnut praline.
I got salted
Did you get the
caramel.
brownie?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think so.
And
Something
you got,
brownie related.
you got the best one.
I wish I'd
white
got dark
hot
chocolate. No, yours was too sweet. I
I
wish
mean-
I'd gone bitter.
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 Like a dark chocolate.
Like
no,
proper,
like the praline
The
sort of
praline
vibe.
hazelnut one just tasted like a melted Ferrero Rocher. It was.
But the good thing.
Do I want it to taste like a Ferrero Rocher?
Do you like Ferrero
Answer.
Rocher?
No,
Do I like Ferrero Rocher? What was that? Sorry.
Ferrero.
Do you like
Rocher.
Ferrero Rochers?
A Ferrero Rocher.
I hate that word.
What, Ferrero Rocher?
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero
Ferrero
Rocher.
Rochers. Ferrero.
Why do you
Oh,
hate? Why do you
Ferrero.
hate words you can't
hate?
pronounce?
Is that
Because
why?
it's a tongue twist. Ferrero Rochers. I feel like I sound like I got a.
I feel like right. If
What's
you
the
can't
word
pronounce a
when you
word,
can't
you need to
describe
up
your
your
arse?
London accent.
Yeah.
Because whenever
Ferrero Rochers.
exactly perfect. Upon the list at the end.
Yeah, I don't know where that list came
I
from.
don't have a list.
Ferrero Rocher!
The five.
My
Natalie
mum always
Cassidy.
make a reference I didn't understand about Ferrero Rochers.
What, Natalie Cassidy?
What?
What is Natalie Cassidy? Natalie Cassidy. Anyway,
From Western Superman.
What?
What the fuck? Not me.
Anyway, hot chocolates.
Ooh, it was good.
It was really good.
It was good.
They were lovely.
Good.
The thing is, they have
Yeah.
so many like different types of hot chocolate. Like, I'd happily just go about every day, but like, I can try different hot
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So try to make your salted caramel work.
Ooh.
It was good.
It was good. It was good.
What else was really cool in there was the little chocolates on the side,
Oh,
and there were
yeah.
those
Yeah.
chocolates that had the pipettes that you could squeeze like
They did.
tequila rose into one.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
They did look cool. It was like a little.
In the summer, they also have an ice cream bit at the back.
Oh!
Oh, why are we making noises?
I've never had the ice cream from there before,
Oh,
but
or
there's
the-
always a massive queue. So
Oh, you
Let's
know
do
what?
it. Let's do it. I had the really good idea.
Then we went to the museum.
natural history. No.
Oh, God,
what's it?
yeah,
yeah.
Natural History
Natural
Museum.
history museum.
That place, I can't lie. Look, because people
I have a
wanted to do
massive
it.
problem with the natural history
People wanted to
museum.
do it, and I was fine with it. I'm not
Is it
gonna
what
lie.
we were talking about?
It's
Maybe.
just all the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
For
It's
me,
just-
it's
just
not my
mean.
cup of tea
They
personally.
kill them
This is-
just to have them in a museum, and it's
Yeah.
not right.
This thing, that is-
belongs in a museum.
Several problems. That. Well, we don't need to do
No.
that. You
Yeah.
can.
And the panda.
What
bruv,
you can
the panda
do-
really got me.
What you can do is you can just make. You don't have to actually stuff a fucking. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, bruv, that could have been the last one of its existence.
You could make one that looks just as convincing that isn't an actual fucking
Yeah.
animal. Like, come on.
And that fish in the tank, that was a bit.
Also, sorry, the fucking layout of that place
Yeah.
is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I just
Like,
couldn't find a bog.
actually ridiculous. Like, you walk down one way. Have we been in before? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
All you do, you go down, come out that way. There was another way that way. Right, let's go back the same way and go left this time. What is the left? And then you got the
Then
stairs, and that's a
Marianne's.
whole other fucking
We
problem.
could have done.
Kettlefish.
I know there are a couple of bits we missed because of time pressures.
Yeah.
We could have done 99% of that museum, or 30%
I
of that
wouldn't know.
museum, and I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like-
My guess would be 80 to 90.
Yeah. I think we did a majority. There are things we missed out just because A, didn't have time, B, I couldn't be bothered to walk down another fucking corridor.
That was
and
a certain
maybe.
point where I was
No,
like,
it got to the point where I was like, look, I want to go. I just want to go now. I feel like I'm lost.
I'm
I don't
good.
know where we
I
are.
held my hands up and I said, I want from
And
you.
it felt like there's only one toilet in the whole fucking place.
There was.
And when it's that
Yeah.
big, it's like, come on. The best bit was how it looked from the outside. Like, it looked really
My-
cool from the
The
outside.
thing I like the most is obviously the dinosaur part.
Mm.
I really
That
like.
was good. Because you can't stuff it, dinosaur.
We just couldn't get out.
No,
No.
it was scary.
We got a bit lost.
Because, you know, if I'm going to a museum and it interests me, you know, I like to read the little plaques and, you know,
Yeah.
take my time. The dinosaur bit was my favourite bit
Yeah.
because the plaques were, like, genuinely, like, done interestingly and, like I enjoyed reading them.
I liked they had like proper fossils. I was like, that's different. Stuffing animals, no.
I like
Fossils, I
fossils.
love
Yeah.
like seeing like
Yeah.
actual. That's
Like
cool.
that,
And
that
they
used to be a fucking
Oh,
dinosaur.
and the
What was
earthquake
sick
bit is cool.
is they had like a fossil and then they'd like cast that on like one you can like touch and have
Yeah.
a proper look. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. But yeah, all the fucking stuffed animals. This is horrible. They
Still
have
find it
fucking
mad that George
wolves.
Washington didn't know about dinosaurs.
What?
Oh my,
bad.
yeah.
He didn't know-
He didn't know they existed.
How?
The first
Well,
American
because we
Discovered
hadn't discussed, we
after
hadn't realised, like,
you
Yeah,
discovered
done
their
much.
What
existence.
year was that?
I don't know, when George Washington was roaming
Well,
about.
George Washington was like
He was like first, don't worry.
18th
Chris
century into early.
Wait,
19th.
no, because
Think of
dinosaurs
Hamilton.
existed way before George
No,
Washington.
no! But Jess, the human race hadn't discovered fossils of dinosaurs yet. Wait, you thought George Washington and dinosaurs coexisted? Like he was fucking Fred Flintstone?
You get me confused with that.
It's like King Henry VIII was going on in the UK, and in America, dinosaurs.
Yeah, what's the cross thing? A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So what, Tyranny? What did you discover?
A fucking fat off T-Rex.
Don't have me arm anymore.
So when did we discover
I
dinosaurs?
don't know.
Oh,
After George Washington.
Darwin.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Darwin knew that.
Yeah, Darwin.
1842.
That's mental. Was George Washington the first ever president?
Why do you pick up? How do you know?
No, what?
And George Washington died
What do you know?
1799.
You don't know Darwin.
What are you talking about?
1999.
What, Charles or Nunez?
This is an important distinction we need to make here.
Huh?
What?
Don't worry!
Oh, can I quickly right, if anyone can comment an interesting surname,
Yeah.
can you comment?
Can you be James Noble?
Stop taking other people's surnames!
Things like, so I was actually considering it because like Donna
Oh, it's a
Noble.
dollar level.
But then I'm like, you know what? I know
Donna
Matt
Noble.
Noble, and I don't want to like to step on Matt
James
Noble's
Bond.
toes.
James Harris.
James
Like
Bond.
Neil
James
Patrick
Bond.
He loved James Bond.
Not Stooky Pots, Ready Pots.
Harris. James Rory. Oh, I forgot about Rory.
Okay.
James Gavin.
Oh,
God.
no.
Javin.
Javelin.
Jamming.
I just have one more
Shot put-
complaint with the National History
Yes.
Museum. Is they had no like ancient Egypt part.
Yeah, I like
honestly,
ancient
favourite part of
Egypt.
history is like I love like ancient Egypt. I found and there was fucking what kind of museum has nothing to do with like the ancient Egypt? Like that's like one of the most only interesting parts of history. That
But
and
how are you
dinosaurs.
supposed to get a mummy?
Fucking Truro Museum's
Truro
got a
Museum.
mummy.
Sure.
Truro Museum has a mummy, yeah.
Oh, can we go?
Yeah?
It's
How do I get
sick.
into
It's
Truro Museum?
You pay.
But you pay for the year like Maritime.
Where is it?
It is
Truro.
by CES.
It's not. Is it?
Yeah,
that
it's
the
up
arts
by
cafe?
It's the other
part,
one.
it's past CES.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
I swear they're closing
Why'd
it
you
down.
go? Oh, I know it.
I swear they're closing it
But
down.
it's
Oh, I
actually,
didn't know.
I would rather go to the Truro Museum than the National History Museum. I would actually,
Why are you
genuinely,
dabbing?
I would rather go to Truro Museum than the Natural History Museum. It was more entertaining.
The earthquake room didn't scare me like it did as a kid.
That's
Because
because you're
you
more.
was a cunt
yeah.
as a kid.
I didn't realise it was going to be
Yes.
an
That was the other thing I found.
That
quite
wasn't.
interesting.
I don't get why that's in a museum. It's just a replica of a shop.
History, I guess.
It's not history, is it?
Well,
It was-
it's not happening.
Happened
yet,
like
is it?
10 years ago. That's
true.
like going, my balls
That's
are
a-
history because I grew them 20 years ago.
Technically, we're all vintage now.
Oh, don't bring that up. That's such a stupid fucking crap. Apparently, anything that's 20 years old is vintage. Fuck off.
Shrek 2
Idiot.
is vintage now.
It's my knob is vintage.
Apparently so.
James.
What?
You're just
Shrek
expanding
2
on the
is
point,
vintage now.
dickhead.
Well, this year.
What else is vintage? Finding Nemo?
No.
That definitely.
Scooby-Doo 2 is.
Fuck off.
Scooby
Okay.
2.
The Flintstones.
My first birthday? Vintage. Nearly
My
second
third birthday. Vintage.
Fuck off.
Who asked you? Anyway,
Back to London.
Oh.
after the Natural History Museum, we went to see.
Play That Goes
Wrong.
Play That
Where's
Goes
that
Wrong.
Goes Wrong?
The only play of the week.
Yeah.
Parker's choice.
Yeah.
As it was your choice, Parker. Why don't you tell us your thoughts on the play that goes wrong?
I thought it was so good. It was so funny. The set design, the way the shit broke, the progression of small chaos to big chaos. It was so good. I thought it was really cool.
This way, you.
I did really like it. I was a little bit nervous that I was going to fall over, but I really did like it.
You took fucking ages in the piss at
You
that.
did. We got very
Like, we got to
concerned.
the point where we
We
were
were like,
like,
she
"Oh,
died."
are you dead? Like, are you actually
Have
sitting
you been
down
taken
beside
backstage?
this
Are you
wall?
going to come on Act 2 or something? Like, where now for you guys.
Like,
Genuinely, I was
you were
like,
thinking, had you been like kidnapped? So like do a bit on stage.
I was doing like, has she been taking you like a bit? Like, are we gonna watch the show?
Like me and
Jess
Fraser
is
had a
just
whole
gonna-
conversation with the stage manager actor while you were.
By the way, greatest,
He
best
was
cast
incredible.
member, hands down,
I
the
got
best
something
guy
off
in the
of him.
show. Have you?
I got
Where have you
yeah.
pulled out your arse or something?
So, yeah, during the breaks, during the beginning, they came
yeah.
round and asked us if we'd seen a dog, because there's supposed to be a dog in Act 2. There's no dog.
That never really came to fruition. I didn't really understand it.
They had a-
Yeah,
They had
they
a,
make some
a
jokes.
Oh, he
leash,
came on
an
with just
empty
the lead,
leash,
didn't
yeah.
he? Got it.
So, I have a thing. It's not going to show up on camera, so I'm going to read it to you.
Ooh.
Have you seen this dog?
No.
His name is Winston. Please let me, brackets Trevor, know if you do.
Trevor was stage manager.
He was a stage manager
Big up Trevor.
guy. What a guy. He's the only good thing in Act 2. It's in your best interest to assist my search. Do not approach him or surprise him. He's a biter.
Wow.
Found the CD, but not the case. Keep looking.
He was looking for Duran Duran, so he did.
And Duran played everyone's
So
song.
Which is very
the
fun.
reason why I was in the toilet for so long was because the next morning I came on my period. So if you know anything about you, come in to frame. If you know anything about your bowels and your period, I just had shit basically because I was about to come on my period.
And then you bought us all ice cream, which was really nice.
Yeah, I did.
That was
because I'm
really
a
good
G.
thumbnail shot. We all sort of stopped there. That was really good.
I thought 80% of the play that goes wrong was good.
I think
Right.
I'd up that to 90. But
I felt how you felt about 80% of it. I feel like, for me,
no, how Parker felt.
Okay.
Or how you felt, I don't know.
I feel like some of it was too overindulgence. So there were some bits that they were like, you have tried to stretch this piece of comedy
Yeah.
into 3 minutes, and it's a minute's bit at best.
I felt like the bits that they stretched into like way longer than they should have were the bits that weren't really that funny.
There was
Yeah.
one
Like, there was a
bit-
whole bit of this guy on a chaise lounge looking
Yeah,
for a book of
that
some
went
sort
on for ages.
that was meant to be behind the pillow, but at some point it got moved to under the chaise lounge, obviously unintentionally. So this guy went, "Oh, here's a book. It's not there," and him looking for this book that was under the thing lasted about. It felt like 3 minutes, and I was
See,
like,
the
"This
phone-
isn't." I was like, "This isn't funny as it is."
The connecting the phone lines, that...
yeah.
The other bit
Like-
that got to me was when the stage was dropped.
Yeah.
And because the Christmas tree fell down. It wasn't. I don't think it was supposed to fall down the Christmas tree.
It was probably
was.
Okay, so
If
anyway.
Baby goes wrong.
Anyway, that bit I feel like lasted about 10 minutes, and I was just like, "What the fuck?
Like,
Can we
there
hurry
were-
it up now?"
That is almost like the direct comparison to what I'd say with the looking for the book, where that, I don't think even doing it for 10 seconds is funny, really. He's moved the book. You're looking for the book. It's not where it's meant to be. The second bit is, like, that should be funny. The whole stage has fallen. He's trying to hold up 4 different objects, and then the phone
That are
rings.
all on wheels.
That should be funny. It shouldn't be funny for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
the
think it
first
literally
3
was
minutes
about
of
10
that I
minutes.
thought was great. Like,
Yeah.
things gradually falling, he getting lower and lower, the thing getting lower and lower.
Because
the
there was
phone
no
ringing.
dialogue for most of
No.
it happening.
And then,
either.
honestly, I think it, like, some things feel longer than they are. I think that actually went on for like 10 minutes. And I was
Yeah.
like,
It felt
just
like
answer the phone, please, because I want to move on now. Like, I think I'd agree. Like, 80-90% was perfectly done. There were bits like that I was like, are we still I get it. I get the bit. The bit is funny. Can we move on
Yeah.
to the next bit now?
I think one of my favourite bits was the leading actress and the
What, with the magic trick?
That was mental.
Yes,
that was
the magic
mental.
trick was mental. But the fight between her and the stage assistant girl,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
brought on because the other girl had been knocked
No,
out.
I liked when Trevor had to be the lead
Oh, yeah,
girl.
no,
That was great fun.
I didn't know if it was how it was directed or some of the performances. That part, for me, that part, things were getting a little bit too manic. I think quite a few,
A lot.
a
was
lot of
happening.
lines
Missed
were
the
getting
lines,
lost,
yeah.
I felt like. And I don't know if that was the performances or the direction. Because, for me personally, some people might have liked the way this happened. For me, the ending was a little bit too much.
Where everything, like...
Well, not even the specific bit of, oh, the stage
The
itself
entire
just
set
completely
is just
fucking
dying.
collapses. That's quite funny. But the last, 5 minutes of, dialogue where it feels like they're going, this is funny because it's so
Yeah.
manic, and it's like, you guys are actually better than this.
I think it should have been funny. Yeah, I love the idea of the whole, literally every panel of the set, pretty much, just falling down on top of each other. The bit where she stood in the window and it falls like that is just, that's great. But it was completely sort of, it was completely upstaged by the fact there was just so much talking going on. It was like, I can't hear what anyone's saying. This is funny, but can we give it time to... It sounds really wanky. Give it time to happen before you start, like, come on.
I couldn't tell you what they were talking about.
Oh, neither can I. That last 10 minutes, I couldn't tell you any piece of dialogue. Like, I don't know what was going on.
If that's what they're going for, fair enough, they've done a good job. That's just... I just didn't appreciate that choice.
But what I did like, I didn't know anything really about the play that goes wrong going into it. It was the only show really that I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't know the plot, didn't know anything like that.
I just knew it was going to go
What I loved was how they staged it as a small theatre company putting on a play. I didn't know that was the case.
And they referenced Josie.
That-
There was
Did
two
you guys know
Joseph
that was
references.
how it was set up?
What?
That it was a play within a play.
I-
Because I didn't, and I thought that is such a... Because that sort of takes it away from just being, we're doing a play and it goes wrong, to... This is a small Amdram company trying to do a play and not having the funding or talent to do it.
It
And
added
that was
the elements of, like, the actors
It was
giving
almost-
bad
It
performances.
was almost
and little bits like
it
that.
added believability to the fact that everything could go wrong because they just don't have the crew, the talent, the money to make things work. I'm like, okay, that's... Because if it was just, we're just doing a play that goes wrong, it's like, yeah, okay, but what?
Yeah.
Why? But yeah, so I think that was a nice little way of staging it.
Shall we move on to Wednesday?
Yes. Christmas!
I ate, and I ate.
We ate
good.
way
ate
too
a
much
lot.
fucking
A
food.
lot of
But we all
stuff.
got to say this, right? It's Christmas markets, and there's just...
Hello.
How the fuck did you just shit that up? Where did you just fucking pull a fucking measuring cup?
So, I think my phone fell out of the pocket. And then, oh no, it's still here, it's fine. I don't know!
It's the lamppost.
Don't know what the fuck that is!
It's a measuring cup.
Why is there a fucking measuring cup down there?
Tony Bellew.
Oh, Tony fucking Bellew! That's wonderful.
I think that's Parker's.
Anyway. Wednesday, Christmas markets. Lots of food.
One of
I'm dying. Hello.
Lots of food!
Lots of food.
Food!
Jess, what's the best thing you ate at the Christmas market? Food. Jess, have an answer. James, what was the best thing you ate at the Christmas market?
Ow!
Well, guess what?
That was a bit wrong.
Hate crime.
Oh god, sorry everyone. That was
As you do, Jess. Hate crime.
classic Jeff. Bowens. That was this pork, and spring onion, and it had cucumber,
Was it
and
barbecue?
hoisin sauce, and it was like a pork belly in a proper bao bun, and it was so good, and I genuinely think it's one of the top 5 things I've ever eaten. It was so fucking lovely.
Oh.
And now it's giving me more inspiration to try theirs to see if it's as good.
Oh yeah.
Is it as
you
good?
don't-
What,
it's-
Mango Kitchen?
I don't think it's as good.
I
My
think they're
problem with
closing down.
theirs, by the way, there's like a bao bun shop.
I think they're closing down.
What?
Oh, beg your fucking pardon.
Tax fraud, isn't it?
Probably. My problem with that is that they put a lot of stuff in the bao bun, but not a lot of the meat.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of
Lot of
filler.
veg.
Like I'm like no, a bit of veg is nice, but come on.
Let
I
the
live for the
main
brisket,
attraction be the
obviously.
main attraction.
Yeah. I didn't get this bao bun because I saw the spring onion. Went need a bit of that. I saw the beef brisket and went obviously I want a bit of that. So that's my one problem. But they are good. They're fucking massive.
Should we
Should we do a little?
Yeah.
Should we do a little? Keep right on the future episode. We'll have a little review.
Yeah, oh yeah!
Yeah.
Let's do it! I don't know what's gone into me.
What else did
I've
this
now
grab?
kind of had like a buzz
We got
engine.
those toasties.
Those are toasties, what are they having?
The little beef,
The,
cheese.
brisket and cheese, and like a little dipping gravy.
gravy.
Oh, little picture coming up.
Oh, sorry, Parker.
That's alright. I don't think that's gonna.
Can we throw Parker back?
Oh no, not
That
again!
was so funny.
When I watched
Coming
that
up
back,
here.
I was crying.
I need to actually watch
that,
that.
I haven't watched that. Was so
But
funny.
apparently you can't see it. Like,
No,
Yeah,
not
no,
properly.
you
You
can't
just got to
see
see the
it.
effect of it.
I wish there was a camera point of view from all of our faces.
Oh
from
yeah,
all
'cause
our
that's
eyeballs.
easy to do. Christ.
But that's
Yeah,
what's a bit
anyway,
weird.
what do you
yeah,
want,
Trevor.
editing?
Who is
Elon
this?
Musk is gonna sort you right out.
But yes, it was like a beef. There was a brisket, lots of cheese going on, spring onions in there, I think, and a nice pot of gravy. Oh,
It was bosh.
the gravy could have been thicker.
Yeah,
That's my one
if
sort
I
of,
had,
you know.
I'd have rubbed. Cheese could be a bit stronger.
But it was, and you got three little
Three little
sandwiches, which was like, you know what?
3, I thought.
Three
yeah, 4.
chocolate.
Like 3 halves.
Yes,
3 chocolate
yes.
sandwich.
3/3.
One whole and a half.
No.
It's 1.5
No,
sandwich, isn't it?
no, because, well...
Or did they...
Well, I got 2 obvious ends, and one of my sandwiches was quite clearly the
Oh, I
middle of the
didn't.
bigger sandwich.
I got what looked like... It looked like I
can't
got
tell
1.5 sandwiches.
They all look like the same size to
Oh.
me, so I don't know
Who
how
knows?
that's happened.
Who cares?
I.
That was very good though. Problem is though, I burnt my mouth,
Oh.
Tit.
and I was like, that's upsetting, that is, because I should have waited, but I'm a fat cunt, I got impatient.
I don't think I scrammed too many more.
What were you going to say?
We had a couple of cakes, didn't we?
Oh.
That brownie was shit, but there was like one good cake, wasn't there?
You had
So
your little...
we went to Borough Market and they had like this cake sort, and we walked past it, and I literally like just stopped everyone and just had to grab it. What was it like?
Oh, the
It was
little...
like a berry
very crumble. It was like a
custard.
Yeah,
crumble.
yeah.
It was that
And then we
was
got a
good.
brownie. The brownie was good, but the problem was we ate the best. We had a bite of the best bit.
That bait...
So we
yeah,
had the crumble first, and then had a bite of the brownie,
That
and the
crumble
crumble was just
shortbread was-
amazing.
amazing. You had your little... Is it like... I don't want to say chive, that's the wrong word. But like ginger and... The drink you like... have
twang.
to
No,
get
Yeah.
to.
chai. So
That's what I said.
there's a couple stands in London. There's one in Severn Dars Market as well,
Severn?
called Chai Guys.
You need 7.
Literally, I said 7. Literally, like
Said 7.
the
Like the
best. Right. Literally, like the best
Severn
chai you'll ever get.
But I don't
Insane,
really
and I had to go
stop
get one.
bubbling up.
We also had those Yorkshire pudding
Yo.
wraps
about that.
because I begged
Was that the
to
same
get
day?
one. Yeah.
Holy
Same
shit.
day.
Yeah, because we went to Camden Market, didn't we?
Oh my god.
We're
So much
talking
happened.
about it.
That's what I mean, so much
Oh yeah,
happened.
Countable! Doggy Woo!
Doggy
I
Woo!
saw the start
Yes.
instant where David met Bernard Cribbins.
This
It was
thing,
cute.
so much happened.
Someone made a knob joke about you. That's
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went while you were looking. You know where you had that weird like candy store place that was really. Was it like,
Hansel and Gretel.
oh,
or
the Hansel and Gretel,
Oh,
that
yeah.
place. There was like a hat shop opposite. And, I
Oh
was
yeah,
looking in
because we
there,
went to the toilet.
Yeah.
and he went look for anything particular. I was like, no, I just sort of had a look around and just quite a look at it. I was like, oh okay. He's like, what sort of size? I was like, well, I've got quite a big head. He went, oh, I bet you do. And I was like, you stop it. And he's like, no, you. And I was like, oh, all right. He was lovely.
Why did you turn to
No, you can't say that because he might watch the podcast.
Why would he watch the?
Not, I didn't say anything, but fuck you. I didn't say anything bad about
No.
him, did I?
We just did, but
Also, fuck you.
no, generally, he
Like,
was
Wait.
so like
Calm
he was the most flamboyant
Oh, you don't say
man.
like you don't think the exact same
He
thing.
had like a little silk
Sanchez.
scarf on his little hat. I was like, it was like, oh, stop it. I was like,
I also like you called me over to
I
look
did.
at Hat, and then he said it came up to me and was like, "I bet you know all about his big head," and I was like,
he was a great guy.
I know all about your big head. Ah!
And he was one of those guys.
I
who
wish
was
I
like,
could have some of your big head.
You already have. Can we say that?
shall we?
Cock.
But he was one of those guys that was like, because obviously sometimes you feel a bit guilty saying you don't actually want to buy anything.
Yeah.
But he literally was like, if you don't want to buy anything, obviously there's no obligation. I'm not going to hold you here and go, you must buy something. I was like, that's nice. I'm going to go, look, I know you can look without buying. Because sometimes I'm a bit wary of picking something up and trying it on if I don't have any intention whatsoever of buying. But he was like, no,
"Yeah,
so you
enjoy,
were. I was
lady."
like, who?
The enjoy lady. When I got the coat.
Yeah, but you did. That was a great guy. And they know you'll buy anything from them.
Yeah, true.
Did you
But
not
then
buy it?
we had
Yeah, I
the
did.
rap.
You did?
I did buy the coat.
So the whole trip
Because
was
she
like,
basically forced me.
The whole trip we had to cater to a certain someone who
Sorry.
no, in a good way, in a really
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
good way, in a good way, in a good way, in a
Um,
good way. Stop complaining. Ah!
Personally,
what?
Well, should we explain what it is before you
Yeah.
explain your
So
personal
we-
gripes?
We were so all over TikTok for like the last few years at Christmas. There have been these like Yorkshire pudding burrito wraps, massive Yorkshire pudding, an entire roast dinner, wrap it up, have that. And so, wow, all right then. We went to Bristol last year, me and you, and we had one there. No offence to this one,
Oh, no,
it
the-
did not even
Right,
compare to
describe
the
it.
other.
Bristol one was
differences.
So the
better.
one in Bristol, picture like a carvery. It was that they literally went along. Do you want this? So you could literally pick and choose
Right.
what you did and didn't want in there, and it was. They had because how many meats did they have? At this one was it? It was just like beef, turkey, or cauliflower cheese if
Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
want didn't want meat. Here they had like gammon, pork, turkey. They had 4 or 5 different meats, and then had everything you could think of you'd want
For a
on a
roast
Christmas
dinner.
dinner. Pigs in blankets. They had everything, which like went along. What do you want? And it was huge.
It was a big wrap.
And it was like the thought was like this is a struggle to eat, but it was great. And then we got one in Camden. What were you going to say about this? Because you went...
Personally, I said to James afterwards, I didn't want to say it in a moment because I didn't want to disappoint Parker, but I turned around to James and I went, kind of wish I didn't bother.
Wow. You did.
Not because it wasn't good, but because I was a bit underwhelmed.
I believe I had the best experience with it because I could admit you could probably, you know, change the meat to gam and add a couple of pigs in blankets. I'd like a bit more stuffing. You could, because you could certainly do that concept and make it better. But because I hadn't had a better version, I was like, fucking
That's
Yorkshire pudding, gravy,
But
mashed potato, beef.
I'd never had it before, but from what I'd seen on TikTok and from what I'd seen photos of your one before, I was
Let's see
expecting
a photo of
something
your
different.
one.
Yes.
If you have it, the
It's
original
of me
Bristol
eating
one.
it.
I might have it
Oh,
easier access
excuse
to
my
your part.
face.
Oh, I went. I was
Your video
But
just came up.
I'm banging.
it's
It was-
ridiculous.
It was. The one
But
in Bristol was so
The
much
problem,
better.
yeah, the one we had in Camden, it was good. And what helped is I was starving. I don't know how, because we'd eaten so much food.
I think we'd
But I
done
think
a
that
lot
thing
of
where I'd
walking.
eaten so much,
Yeah.
it's like, I can now just eat everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so hungry. And it was nice. Was it as good as that one? No. Am I glad I had it? Yeah. The distribution could have been a bit better.
What,
It
you
felt like I
randomly-
had...
said you
Yeah.
had a bite of stuffing.
I had no
didn't.
stuffing in
So
mine.
there was supposed to be sage stuffing. I tasted it at the very beginning and didn't taste it.
I
for
had
the
no
rest.
stuffing
Then
at
you
all.
had some leaf in yours. I
I
didn't
had
have
a
a leaf.
random fucking leaf.
I
I had a
had
leaf.
I
I had one
hated
leaf
that.
halfway through.
Yeah.
No stuffing. So yeah,
Quite a
the,
few potatoes, but I quite like potato.
the distribution
in
could have been...
in a Yorkshire pudding wrap, not a pasty.
Oh,
Fuck
stop
off.
putting potato
Fuck
in
off!
everything!
Prick!
Oh my god. It's a steak pasta. No, it's not, because half of it's potato.
Too much carbohydrate.
Christ.
What? Carbohydrate?
Go.
It's called carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate.
That's
As
not
well
what you said, though,
as,
is it?
as well as markets, we also had the next step place.
The next step, place.
Yes, very niche.
We recreated a scene for the.
But
next
Katie,
step.
seen Partner Shepherd will know.
Katie will love that.
Katie, we
We
Ask-
watched a clip at the
Ask, if you want to see the video, we'll check.
Just, just ask us and we'll just show you it. Simple as that.
Or
I'm
we
not
can
overloading
recreate
it.
for you.
Overloading it.
Was there any other food or drink stuff? You had a bubble tea.
You had many
You
bubbles.
had,
many
you had a
bubble
lot of fucking
I think I
bubble
bought
tea.
a coffee at some point.
That
Yeah.
does sound like you.
That sounds like me. I fucking love a coffee.
I don't
Oh, we
think-
went to Blank Street and got a coffee.
That was
didn't we?
good. Blank Street coffee. I'll come on some Blank Street merch now.
Yeah.
I'd come
We
back.
should have got some merch.
Was there anything else we did? I don't think so.
Lego and M&M store.
Oh yeah, the M&M store, M&M World.
Thing is,
It stinks in there. That's all I'll say.
Right, the Lego
What day
store
is
is
this we're
fucking
talking
sick.
about?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We did do that Wednesday
We
evening.
did. Because
So-
Thursday was our little
Because
mop
this
up
was the
day.
start of my downfall. So
Oh, yes.
when you was in the queue for the Lego shop, didn't I keep saying I need to go stand outside? I'm
Yeah.
too hot. That I think I've realised that
Is that
was the start of my
your-
downfall.
Mm.
I got really ill on Thursday.
Right,
Yeah.
do you reckon, having experienced it, you would have gone home at some point on Thursday?
100%. I should have gone home in the interval.
Really?
I should have gone home before. You know, the first time you asked me if I wanted to go home, I should have gone home then. We'll get to that. But we was in the Lego shop and Parker was in the queue, not even for a long time.
Yeah.
But I started to get really hot, and I kept saying to the boys, I need to go outside. And they were like, oh, Parker's literally at the till. For some reason, when you got to the actual till, the guy was talking to you for ages. And I was like, well,
He was
I might,
judging me.
I might as well stay. And I was like, no, I'm
I'm not
feeling really
surprised. By the
hot.
way, you did go into the Lego store and come up with books.
Yeah, you did.
Who the
Fucking
fuck does
nerd.
that? What
So anyway,
nerd?
we went to those, and then we went to the
Who is this?
Well, yeah, well, we did the M&M store quickly.
Oh,
Every time I go to the M&M store, I like have an alright time and go, you know what, why do I go in here?
Why
I
am
never
I
need to
in
go
here?
again. And then next time in London, I'll go in the next time I go in London, I was like, I'm going in.
It's one of those places. The smell of like chocolate
Yeah,
is
the
so
smell is
overwhelming.
awful in
It's like
there.
it is, and you kind of when you first get in there, like this stinks. You kind of get used to it. And you step outside and you're like, this is what fresh air smells. This is what air
Yeah.
smell like, not actual fucking sick. Okay.
I don't think I could work.
I've never, my card has never swiped in the M&M store.
No,
Mine
mine
has.
has.
We
I like to
bought
buy
them.
mugs. Because they do really big mugs, it's great.
Fair enough. I don't think I'll ever buy anything at the M&M store.
We all picked an M&M catchphrase.
We did. They had obviously they have all their colours and characters of M&Ms. And they had
What did I
pillows
say? No, no.
with their catchphrases on.
Oh, I'm
Do
afraid.
you want to read through them?
So we have from Jams, which is the green M&M.
The most accurate one, I think this one is.
I'm not here to impress you, but I probably will anyway.
What can I
Sure.
say?
We have from Jess, the red M&M. Don't trip over my awesome, it's everywhere.
That was
Most
ironic.
incorrect one.
We have from
That's ironic, I
Fraser,
guess.
the yellow M&M. My brain has too many tabs open.
That's probably true.
Second most accurate.
And then we have from me,
Oh, me.
the orange M&M. I'm afraid of what
No,
will happen
this is
if
the
I
most
relax.
accurate.
So that's the
Yeah,
that's
no.
the second most accurate. Yours is the third. Mine's the first because I'm
Like,
fucking great.
Parker, that's like they made that pillow for you. I was always tempted to. You said I've never spent any money. I was almost tempted to buy that just because of how accurate it was. Like that is so true.
Oh, we missed out the guy nearly getting murdered on the tube.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
That's a
Killed.
bit far.
He did nearly die.
he did
Yeah, but he didn't get murdered. I don't think the other guy was like, watch this.
This was like on our first night as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty. It was
No.
first
I
and
think it was
second
Tuesday.
night.
I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Sorry,
Okay.
Anyway, the guy on the tube was hanging out the tube door.
Right, this is
They-
entirely
to
his fucking
figure out
fault.
if he should get off. The tube door's closed on his neck here. If you was trying to help him open the door,
Which I didn't realise at the time. I was just kind of like a little bit shell shocked, like, the fuck. I saw that it was two people helping. It wasn't until we'd had a conversation like 2 hours
And
later
I had fucking.
when I realised
Charlie,
it was you that was.
Well, yeah, because there was one guy on one side trying to pull it with both hands, and I was like, "You're never going to get that." So I went
Yeah.
to the other one so we could just do one door each.
I was looking for the emergency pull thing.
brake.
Because there was a sign
Pirate
for it,
tricks.
but when I looked round,
Mm.
it wasn't fucking
But
there.
the thing is, like, it is. He was getting really angry, like, because obviously we managed to obviously open the thing. He
He
went
was
back
breath-
onto
he
the
was quite
platform.
dizzy, wasn't
He looked
he?
fuming, but I was like,
Fucking
my
He was
friend,
shouting
my
at the
friend,
tube
my
driver.
friend. You were on the train. It went. The doors were going beep beep beep. Obviously going to shut. You went. Oh, what station am I at? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like at this point, it doesn't matter what station you're at. Stay on the train. Get off at the
Yeah.
next stop. Go back to fucking. It's not that
It was
deep.
a bit.
Like
mental.
it
I
might
didn't
take you
stand
10
next
minutes
to the
that way.
doors for the rest of
Oh.
the
You might not die.
Or you lose your
Wow.
fucking head.
Life.
But it was a bit mental. Anyway,
It was
back
slightly
to
mental.
back to Wednesday.
Back
We
to
saw.
And then your mum thought I was at the tube station.
Yeah.
So I come in the house with like, obviously from the door of the fucking underground, I had like
Black stuff.
horrible, like whatever it is on my hands. I was
Oil,
like,
maybe.
I want to wash my hands before I get like
So,
this stuff all
my
over
mum-
your like walls and
My
carpet
mum
and
just
shit.
saw me, Parker, and James in the kitchen, and I was telling my mum what happened, and I was like, "So it's Fraser." I was like, "Oh well, he had stuff all over his hands." I didn't finish my sentence, and she literally thought that you were still at the tube station.
What?
Like we
I
wouldn't
was
have
like,
waited
"Why
for
was
you.
he still there?"
Oh my god, speaking of tube station, we left you at one of the tube
Oh my
stations.
God,
didn't
yeah.
we?
Well, you know,
So it
you
was-
didn't get on.
That
No,
was
no,
tapped.
it was on Thursday.
You tapped.
This was peak of me really not feeling
Yeah.
very well. I really wasn't with it. Didn't realise the boys went to the other
You're
tube
never
door.
with it.
Sorry. That was so out loud. It's ridiculous.
I didn't realise the boys had gone to the other door because to be honest, no one did tell me they went to the other
Well,
door.
no, because we
Get on
expect
the
you to
train.
use your common sense and peripheral vision.
But anyway, they got off at the next stop. I got off at the next stop. It was all fine. But we're missing on the fact that we went to see Frozen on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yes.
Your choice.
My choice. I
How was
cried
it?
like 3 times, didn't I?
How many times is that now, Jen?
First time. I've only ever seen it once.
We got in the car after having seen Frozen. And your dad just goes, "Wait, Frozen? How many times is that now?" As if you'd seen it
And
like
I
12
literally was
times.
like, this was my first
You
time
were
ever
fuming.
watching it.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
because
was-
you were
it
feeling a
pissed
bit
me
ill as
off.
well. You were absolutely
Yeah.
seething.
You told us before this, like,
so funny.
you couldn't go see it because of COVID.
Yeah.
That was
So,
funny. Jess, as it was your choice, what did you think of Frozen?
I cried about 3 times. Didn't
I think I also cried
cried.
about 3 times.
I cried right at the beginning.
Yeah, same.
Cried at the dress change and let it go,
Mm.
and then cried at the end.
I cried as like for me there are certain
I was sobbing, wasn't I?
there are certain like intros to like films, musicals that are just so iconic. And the opening of Frozen, like the a cappella like
Yeah.
scene,
Hey, no,
that
Yeah.
is so iconic. So opening like it was similar to when I saw Lion King, and there's like no overture, nothing, and then the lights go off, spotlight on Rafiki, and it's just the start of Circle of Life. Like it was similar to that, where I was like, it's just so iconic, and I did cry. And I was like, you know what? I'm allowed to cry at Frozen
Yeah.
because I'm gay.
I cried at the dress reveal as well.
That was
And
mental.
I did cry during Anna and Elsa's little song fight.
Oh, you can't be
Yeah.
afraid from
Oh,
the
yeah.
side, and then just go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that's the bit I cried at as well.
I didn't cry.
I
Right, not gonna lie. I sat there during Frozen, soaking up a bit of the Disney magic. I'd probably say 7 out of 10. Had a perfectly nice time. I can't pretend like in any way blew my socks off. Any of the songs I didn't already know from the original musical. None of them are bangers.
Was there anything else you wanted to add that you didn't? We sort of got distracted by Let It Go and
Didn't
No,
get
no,
an
no.
Olaf because it was too expensive.
I was so tempted to
But
get
then
a
you could have
Sven.
got a better looking one at the Disney shop,
That
and
is
it was
true.
cheaper, and you didn't go for it. So
I had to get out that Disney shop.
Yeah, this was at the peak of your
Yeah.
I could
You got
die.
Kermit.
I did.
You did
Do you know what really
get it.
fucked me off?
Oh.
What?
Was I was kind of looking at that Colonel thinking,
Oh yeah.
Cute.
you're a don. I walked upstairs. Jess said she was going outside. You two said you were going to have a look around. I was like, just gonna go back down. I saw this fucking twat pick up Kermit, look at him, and then put him back.
Was that the moment?
And I was like, nah,
Don't do Kermit.
Kermit's coming home with me.
How
I'm
is
not taking that. And he's in my bed right now, which is
Oh.
fucked.
I love him. Not sure. Anything else? Didn't think so. Sorry, I was really good. Anything else?
No.
Okay, cool.
We definitely skipped to Thursday somehow. Disney shop.
Any more comments on Frozen?
Amazing.
It was
The
phenomenal.
set and like
The
the
Yeah.
set design.
a lot of like the moving set and stuff. I was like, this is what I don't know why this I loved it so much, but the massive fucking doors.
Yeah.
I was just so
Yeah.
like,
I was
like,
in
they're
awe.
That was
fucking,
incredible.
they're fucking huge, and the fact they open, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know why that amazed me so much. But I was like, those doors are fucking massive.
Yeah.
They
It
are
might be
sick.
me being cynical. I was kind of watching it going like, I wish other West End shows had Disney money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, like that.
You can tell.
It is
you
the
can
Di-
see
you
the
can
Disney
you can
money.
see the Disney money in that set,
It's
and
like,
it
it's like when
works.
they say that with 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, they're like, oh, that's the Disney money.
Yeah.
Watching Frozen, you're like,
Yeah,
that's
there's
Disney
there's
money.
the whole thing is like
Yeah.
like,
Disney money.
Yeah.
That,
It's,
isn't it?
it's the parallels of like the West End that was nearly fucking crippled by COVID, and then you've got Disney who are just like, yeah, we're Disney. We make
We're
money and we don't care about
I mean,
our
they have
employees. I
Samantha
don't know.
Parks and kept her while she's on maternity
I'm
leave and
kind
having her
of-
back. That's Disney money.
I am obviously I'm not saying nothing against Samantha Parks, but I would have loved to have seen Samantha
Oh,
Parks.
yeah,
as
that would be
Elsa.
great.
That would have been sick. I loved Sven because I know they sort of like published like the way they did Sven was really
Sven
cool.
was great.
And fair play to the performer.
Yeah.
Like, that cannot be
Cardio.
easy. Like that is
Yeah.
insane.
You love that Olaf as well.
That I love. I thought it was amazing. I just love Olaf. And again, it's fucking puppetry, isn't it? Yeah. I really like Frozen. Thursday.
Miscellaneous day.
This was our day of, are there things we haven't done yet that we
Yeah.
want to before we leave? Let's do them. What did we do Thursday?
I
Every
got
Disney
Can Ice.
store.
This is what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, you got the little
Harry
rolly
Potter.
uppy ice cream
That was
stuff.
cool. We had a Nando's.
Oh, Stratfield.
What was that? Looked sick.
I like Stratfield.
It looked sick, but then you couldn't eat it as the
It's
roll,
Stratford.
so they just
You're
turned
getting,
it to-
so it's Stratford Westfield. You're mixing the two words.
Oh, Westfield, Stratford, Stratfield.
Yeah.
Cool.
It works. Though.
I like Stratford though.
Yeah, you got the little,
I like
little
My little
ice,
rolly ice
little-
was
that,
so
that
good.
watching that being made was really like it was really.
I
insane.
know,
was
and
like,
it was
this
really
is-
good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I know
It
one.
was.
I
class.
want you can get the thing from Mankind.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
I
I'm going to buy it at some point
Jeff, do you
because
want
I
to
want one.
Oh,
Yes.
and also,
present this random, very mad thing?
you
to happen?
know, you get like adverts in the shopping centre with people. So the Google people were there and gave us some ho ho ho.
But it was kind of scary.
That was
because-
the worst explanation possible.
Because basically what happened, we're walking through a shopping centre and you get these like stalls set up with TVs on them and they're like selling stuff. It's like, oh, get this broadband. What are you talking about? And there was a Google one. It was like, oh, come in. As you do, you walk past and pretend you can't hear them or see them. And then they were just
I
like,
hear the word socks.
and then they go, we've got free socks.
And I went,
And
yeah.
all four of us were like, that's free socks. And they're like, we just want to check you've got the Google Chrome app and the Google Wallet app. And I was like, I've got an app. Of course I've got the fucking Google Chrome and Google Wallet app. What do you fucking mean? So you just scan the QR code. I've got them. Sound have a pair of socks.
Yeah.
And that was
Which
it.
I wore on the
And
way home.
they didn't even ask for like, oh, do you want to sign up to it? None of that. Didn't even. They were just like, have you got this? Sound have a sock.
There was just, like,
I was like,
promoting Google.
Yeah,
Cream, so
I'll
I
have
can
some
do anyone
Google
without
Chrome
Google
socks. That's sick. So now we've got a pair of lovely Google.
Smell great.
I don't want to sniff the socks.
I've never worn them.
I wore them the next day.
I wore them Christmas Day.
Either they looked kind of weird because
What
then
did your mum say?
My dad loved them.
My mum
He was
thought
like,
genius.
that's sick. What?
Genius, my mum.
I thought he said. That's not what I thought he said, but it's okay.
Okay.
I thought you meant my mum called Jesus. I was like, not sure if you bothered about Google Chrome socks, but you know.
Please, could I have Google Chrome socks?
What has gone on? Oh, there's a bit.
No!
Oh,
Fuck off!
okay.
Thursday we.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Bob, you got
oh my god!
No, not you.
Oh.
Oh.
So anyway, Thursday
You're right.
comes.
Yes, Disney store shopping another bubble tea.
Yeah.
Another two, I think.
2. Probably.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
There you go.
I was really ill the whole day.
You
I
were.
was not feeling. I cried
Anything
most of
else
the day
you
'cause I was
know?
feeling so ill.
Other than obviously the show, anything else?
Les
you know?
Mis.
I'm trying to work
That's
out
the show.
what the Harry Potter thing was.
We went to
Perhaps
Perhaps
nine
9
and
3/4.
Yeah, got it, cool.
And then, obviously, there's, you like, stand by the trolley that's halfway in the wall. The queue was stuck.
Like
fucking
2
hour
The
hours.
queue
and
literally said
45.
the queue was going to be an hour, and I
Like,
was.
you know what?
Not gonna lie, I was thinking, Parker, if you really want to do this, fair enough. I don't
The queue
really
didn't
wanna
look
wait
that
here
long,
for an
so
hour.
we were like, half
Yeah.
hour, we'll wait that.
Yeah.
Sign there,
I'm
hour
breaking
45.
the Harry Potter kid allegations. I'm not doing
you
it
were
anymore.
just playing Hogwarts Mistress.
Fuck off.
And we just watched 2 Harry Potter
You
films.
put it on!
You didn't
Put it on,
you didn't tell me to turn it off.
upstairs.
Why are you cracking cheese grommet?
You could have told me to turn
You
it off.
didn't put it on!
You put it on!
Okay.
Anything else we did other than the show?
Classic football shirts are fucking disappointment. Why
Are
do
you
you have
okay?
any
Do you want to
decent
do a
United shirts?
rant?
Classic football shirts.
Oh god, okay. It's
Fuck
cool
off.
now. Should we tweet them?
They did have a cool jacket though.
It's a good jacket.
Like they had a cool old school Man U football jacket.
Yeah, it's really expensive though.
Yeah, but it was really cool.
So yeah.
We went back to get bell buns.
We
because
did do a
didn't have
little. We
them.
went back to get because they were just so.
I got. Oh, so good.
So good.
I got you. Bum,
Dum,
bum,
dum,
bum,
dum,
bum, bum. Had a Five Guys for the first time that day.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really
no.
Right,
Five
I'll
Guys.
go back to
Guys.
Five Guys. That was fucking sick.
That was good.
I've
though.
got goods and bads about Five Guys.
Too many fucking shit.
Fucking stressful to order.
Oh, mad.
A, there's no kiosk. I don't want to talk to a person. Stressed. It was busy. That's another
That
stress.
was always busy.
What's the menu? Like, it's not here's a burger. It's here's a burger. Add what you want. Here, and I was like, it's a good system to like make sure you don't have to take anything out. You add it in. But oh my
Makes fussy
god,
fuckers like
I
me
was,
happy.
I was stressed out ordering.
Yeah.
And then the chips. We could have just got our chips to share.
Oh,
Like, I've heard-
One person could have ordered chips.
Yeah.
It would have been sad.
I've heard on YouTube like people doing like, oh, Five Guys give you a lot of chips, but fucking
They
hell, like a little bag of chips and then at least like a quarter of the bag just full of
They
chips.
were good chips.
They were lovely,
yeah.
and I will
The
if I get a chance to go
milkshakes were
again.
Phenomenal.
Their milkshake. Oh, I forgot about the milkshake.
Yeah, I want to go grab one of their
Oh,
milkshakes.
their milkshake was
Well,
like
yeah,
it was
it's
proper
good.
fruit. Like you could taste it was proper. Like
Like decent. It was.
you know, there's the
That-
Five
and
Guys
that-
in Plymouth, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that's the best fast food burger I've ever had.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It didn't even taste like a like.
That
It
tasted
did-
like
It's
a
a
restaurant
smash
burger.
burger.
You could have
Yeah.
whacked that on a plate, and I'd have gone.
That's
Yeah,
a
fair
decent
enough.
Jamie
fucking
Oliver.
burger.
I love a smash burger.
But it reminds me of because I listened to the podcast, the Dive CEO with the CEO
Oh,
of
did you? Of
Five Guys, and he kind of explained that's their business model is they know what they can do is if they have the best fast food burger,
Yeah.
the best fast food fries, and the best fast food milkshake.
Which they
that's
do.
what
Which
that will keep
They
their business
have all
running.
three.
And
And next time I get a chance to go to a Five Guys,
we take it.
next time we do a Plymouth trip,
do it.
sorry Nando's, there's a Five Guys next door. I'm probably going to go there.
That's a big thing.
And we'll get one fries to share, please,
Yeah.
because that is because the burgers are also quite big.
Yeah, they are.
So it's like if the burgers weren't as big, it's fine. But the burgers were massive. The fries were
You
big.
get-
so I was
you
like,
get-
let's all calm the fuck.
Especially for me, who it sounds weird. I struggle to leave food in a plate.
Yeah.
I was proper,
You can probably tell.
but even to a point where it's like even if I'm full, psychologically
Yeah.
I was brought
Yeah.
up in a house that was like
Finish
fu-
all.
you do
Right.
not.
Oh, I didn't
leave
go to
food
bed
on
if
your
I
plate.
didn't.
Yeah.
If I didn't finish my plate, I was strapped to the fucking thing until I did. Like it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you will finish this food, and I was like,
So
Okay.
then I'm like right.
and then I wonder why I'm fucking like
but
this.
I literally got to the point where I was like, I know I'm eating chips for the
Like,
sake of it
yeah,
because I
but-
feel
Take it
weird
away.
that
I
I've
can't
left
leave
food.
half a bag of chips here, but yeah.
And then we saw.
Les Miserables, which we also kind of watched tonight, which was weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the stage
the
concert was on.
version was on.
Randomly. I'm annoyed we caught it so late though. I said the stage concert because it was kind of all the
Yeah, I
bands
wish-
were
I
done. I was like, wanted to see a bit of One Day More, a bit of Master of the House, Stars, but no, it's okay.
We'll be on iPlayer.
Will it?
Will it? It
Yeah.
was on Sky Arts.
Oh, I thought it was on it. We have Sky.
Apparently so.
Well, no, I think you have Sky Arts as one of the freebie channels. I think.
It was on
I just
Sky
thought it was on
Arts,
BBC.
and there wasn't a Sky Arts Plus one, which I kind of wish there was. But anyway, that's not relevant.
Right, what? Right, go down the line. Les Mis thoughts.
I liked Les Mis. Les Mis is one of those shows. It's like a staple of like theatre. Like if you like theatre, go see Les Mis. If you like theatre, go see. I will never see Phantom. Go. It's up there with like the gods of theatre, and I'm so glad I've seen it. Would I go see it again in a hurry? I'm not sure. Like, I'm glad I've seen it, but in my opinion, the first act is the bangers. The second act, I don't want to say dragged, but the second act certainly I was like, it feels weird that we've now done 90% of the songs I know in Les Mis, and none of the second act songs were I going, oh, I need to add that to my playlist. That's a fucking
The amount
tune.
of people I shushed.
Oh,
that's the most
theatre etiquette in
disrespectful
Les
audience
Mis.
I've ever
I don't
seen.
want to sound.
Fine,
I
but
don't want to
you're-
sound like a wanker, but the lack of etiquette from anyone in that theatre. There were phones going off. There were phone torches. There was talking. I was like, shut the fuck up.
In the toilet,
right
there
now.
was these two young girls in front of me. They were like, I don't know why we got shushed. We only said one word to each
Like,
other.
in-
And I was like, you just don't speak full stop.
In Frozen, I somewhat understand it. It's a Disney show.
There's
There are
kids.
gonna be children. Fine.
It's,
In Les Mis.
I think
it's about the way you do it as well, because like,
Yeah.
I know I occasionally in theatre
Have a little
whisper a
I
word.
think I asked you, I was like, is there an interval in this? Because I thought I had to
Yeah,
be so
you-
bad.
Like, there'll be
subtly.
little.
I needed to know if it was coming soon
Or
because I needed to go
Even
then.
even if it's not
Like,
that
it was
serious, you'll have a
ridiculous.
little joke, something you want to say to the person next to you.
But you-
Whisper it.
You don't have a fucking
We don't
conversation.
want to know 2 rows behind you. Turn your phone
I
off.
think the only show that I didn't see people on their phones, have people actively like talking out loud was The Play That Goes Wrong.
I didn't notice anything of Book of Mormon, I don't think.
No, the drunk
Apart
guy
from the
in front
drunk
of us.
guy, but
Oh,
that
that
was
was
like
funny,
the
though.
one thing.
I
But
didn't
he
notice
didn't-
that.
I
I
didn't
didn't notice
really
anything in
notice-
Frozen particularly.
Other than
In
kids
front of me,
going,
there were people on their phones that I was like,
other than kids having a chat behind, but it's
Yeah.
Frozen. I was like,
yeah.
going into it, you go, it's Frozen.
Then
Yeah.
it's
they're gonna be
fine.
like,
No, I
what?
don't
But
blame
in
the
something like
kids.
Les Mis, this like 3-hour spectacular.
They will come.
Shut up.
Yeah, Les
Just
Mis
shut
people-
up. There's no excuse.
I
If,
can't-
if it's that important, either go
I think
and
it
talk
was
out there.
Stars that got actively ruined.
Oh,
for me
I
by
was
the person
fuming
in
because Stars is
front
my
of me.
not only favourite Les Mis song,
What
one
was
of my
it?
favourite
Stars?
songs.
It was
in-
actively pissing me off.
It was because I was seething.
I know one of the bangers got fucking.
It was because Stars is not only one of my favourite Les Mis songs, but probably one of my favourite like top 10, top 5 theatre songs. And I was like, I'm actually fuming. This is such a good song. Can you please shut up?
Anyway, back to the
Yes.
show. What
Yeah.
was yours?
I think we need to mention Javert's death.
Oh my god.
What?
Awful.
They had like a little screen thing
I
going
really
on, which
enjoyed it.
I don't think that screen worked well. Like he did it while like Valjean was walking through like the sewers. Like I don't think that was that good.
It's very Joseph
And the
reminiscent.
death. What? It was this dramatic. It's Javert's suicide, and he was just doing this while the screen was changing behind him. And I was like,
It didn't. There was
What
a couple of
time?
moments they
And it
used
went-
that screen badly and it made it more
and
cartoon.
it went on for
For a
about 2.
show
If
that was-
his death went on for about 2 minutes,
Yeah.
which if
Yeah,
done
it did
dramatically,
go on for
if done
a
dramatically,
while.
good. If it's done how it was, I felt like I was watching Looney
Because
Tunes.
Javert is was
You aneurysm?
the officer.
Javert was the inspector, yeah, the
Yeah.
guy who wanted to kill, like who
Like
wanted to
Jean
arrest,
Valjean.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is such a big moment. This is maybe one of the biggest deaths in the show.
To sound like a wanky theatre person.
Go for it. That's what we're doing.
For a show that was done very naturalistically up until that point.
Yeah.
To suddenly
was-
have it like a
For a show that
massacre.
takes itself seriously.
Yeah. It was, yeah, obviously for a musical it's done very natural. The set, the costume, the fact that it's sung through. To have that death then be the way it was.
'Cause it's almost more opera-like than musical theatre.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
big dance numbers in it. It's
Yeah.
very opera-y
Yeah.
done. And that
Because,
was just fucking stupid.
like, and especially because this was my first time seeing anything.
You not
Les
seen the
Mis.
film?
No, never watched a
Really?
film. Never
Wow.
watched. I don't think I've even listened to the soundtrack the full way through. So
Fair
this was my
enough.
first
God.
experience of Les Mis. I was taken completely out of it.
Which
at
I
that
have
moment.
said, I am very surprised you followed the story because
It's
if
not
I
easy to
didn't
follow.
know the
Especially because
story,
it's sung through.
if I didn't know the story, I can't
It's
lie.
a tough one to follow.
I would be a bit baffled at
Yeah.
points. So the fact that you knew what was going on, fair play.
I felt a
'Cause
bit
I-
like Velma because obviously I don't know that.
Where's this going?
Pay attention and you'll find out. I didn't know that Jean Valjean became the mayor.
Oh.
I didn't know that until, and it wasn't before I figured it out before he did the I Am 24601
Yeah.
song. So I felt very Scooby-Doo that I was like, oh, I know this now, before the song came along.
I love that song.
That
moment
made me
is-
feel quite smart.
That's the thing I
But
will
yeah.
say about Les Mis is the moments that I was expecting to be like. I also cried in Les Mis. I can't lie.
Aw.
Which bit?
Stars got me just because I love Stars so
Do
much.
you know what it
seeing
was?
live.
It was when Javert looked. He must have been looking up, and then the lights
my
was
God,
there,
yeah.
and then the whites of his
It
eyes
did-
were just shining.
That
in the
did
was
look-
audience.
so good.
It didn't look like he had pupils.
There
It
was
was
points
so
where it looked like
good.
he had no eyes, but that point I know exactly because he looked up and his eyes just glowed. And I was like, oh god, this is
I
actually
was like,
quite
that's a bit
fucking intense.
scary.
But that didn't make me cry. But there were bits that definitely made me go, this is like the confrontation I love. Like there's so many bits. I was
Yeah.
like, this is obviously one day more. I was like, this is just, it's just quite cool to see this all go on. Really. You haven't said.
It's fucking sick, innit?
It was just really good.
It was. I just think it's. I would like, you know, my personality when watching things is I can nitpick things. I can you know, I genuinely had a problem with like the screen and at times
Yeah,
and like
great.
their suicide. Les Mis is one of those things where the songs are so iconic and most of the time it tonally is so good, you know, you wash over some of the logic problems because you're just so invested in like the characters and you know because Les Mis is so hard to sing, they clearly like pick some of like the most talented people in the UK and probably abroad as well to do Les Mis. If you told me you were getting me a free ticket for tomorrow, I would get on a coach and pay for my accommodation. It's just I just love it as a show. It's a bit long. The first act's an hour and a half. That's a bit
Yeah.
long for me for a wee break. Apart from that,
Mrs.
That was
Thenardier.
literally why I had to turn around because when I asked you, I was genuinely debating whether or not to just stand up and go to the loo because I was literally like, bouncing on my chair. I had to pee so
Like
bad.
I'm all for a long show, but fuck me.
Because when I asked you, it
especially
went
when
on
there
for like
are
half hour.
there are a couple of little bits you're like, we can speed this up. Do we need to sing "Bring Him Home" again?
If I hear "Bring Him Home" one more time, I think I might cry, not for the right reason.
I also am waiting for the.
Bring Him Home.
The more I think about it,
Sorry, James is about to make probably a very good point. You say waiting for, Jess goes, Goddo. Well, shut up.
Sorry.
the more I think about it, I am waiting for the day Les Mis gets cancelled as like
Why would it
a
get...
very not cancelled, but if you actually analyse it, there is a very good essay you could have about how it's very male dominant and the female. If you actually sit down and think about it, all of the female roles in Les Mis are pretty centred around men.
Yeah.
A very, I reckon there's a full essay you can
Run the
get.
Bechdel test on Les Mis.
Like-
I'll see how that goes.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
it's-
all of the main songs are like, oh, I'm pining
On
after
my
this
own,
man, or
yeah.
I've been left by this bloke
the
and
most
now
famous,
I'm fucked.
like, of the female solos in Les Mis, On My Own, is literally, like, what do you think? On My Own, I don't have him. It's like,
What's the fucking Fontaine
I don't remember
one?
the Fontaine.
Like,
What is the Fontaine?
oh, I've been left by my
I
bloke.
dreamed
or
a
whatever.
dream.
I dreamed a dream.
I've been left by my bloke. I'm fucking Amanda Seyfried and I'm literally reliant on Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And then you've got
And then I'm
Cosette.
reliant on Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
That is Cosette.
Yeah, I know.
Someone hasn't seen the great masterpiece that is Les Mis.
So yeah.
Russell Crowe's great in that.
So I also try and ignore that. Look, there are problems with it, but I don't want to criticise
Well,
Les Mis. It's just
It's like saying,
praise
I
tunes.
don't know how Book of Mormon's still going. Go back to
Yeah.
that. How has that not been cancelled
Yeah.
yet? I'm glad it hasn't, because it's a class show. But how has it not been completely
Is
shot
Book
down?
of Mormon actually offensive?
I mean, it's not great.
The problem is, I don't think I can say that because I could look at it and go, I'm not offended, but that's because I'm neither.
Like a lot of the Ugandan
I'm
stuff,
neither
I'm
black
sure
nor
is-
religious.
Yeah.
It's if you were to ever cancel Book of Mormon, I believe it should probably.
Yeah, I believe.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
I think that it should the reason it should be cancelled is because I would understand if a person of colour saw that show
Yeah.
and had a problem with it. I could kind of get that. If a religious person
Yeah, I was
saw
gonna
it and had
say,
a
if
problem
it
with
gets
it,
cancelled-
that I don't. Because it's
That's a belief. Like that's
you can satirise religion. Well,
'cause
to a certain extent, you can satirise race, but not
it's
in that
almost
way.
like,
Yeah.
and this is very, I need to say this, Kev, it's like, one of the sides to it is belief. Some people say it's not a choice, it's like belief and choice versus race and identity and like, like they're very different things to like
you
joke around and
if you
make
actually think
satirical.
about it, you can choose if you want to be religious or not.
and you can say you can't, but
Fuck off.
you kind of can. If it got cancelled and they went because the Mormons are, I'd go, what are you doing? It's literally a satirical look at. I think I sat next to a Mormon the first time I saw it on the West End because there was a woman who
Oh, didn't they leave?
they saw, which I still don't understand because I don't think this is the most offensive part. They saw 2 by 2, which is the second number of the show. It ended. I thought she was doing a standing ovation. She walked out. I was like, I was like 2 by 2.
If you got to have the evil iron on that, fair enough.
But
Have 2 by 2.
You haven't got that offensive yet.
'Cause
I'm glad
I've
she didn't
seen-
say she'd have.
Reviews of Mormons who have gone to see it who genuinely thought that it was like,
Like a
oh,
creep.
this is like the Book of Mormon, let's go watch this. And then they're like, oh, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Or I've seen ex-Mormons go and they're like, oh, like we wasn't sure what to think because we're obviously ex-Mormons, but like we really enjoyed it. There's a lot of satirical parts that we can laugh about ourselves, about what we've done growing up. So some people love it, some people hate it.
I think it's sick.
Does anyone have any semi-closing thoughts? I just want us to nudge us in the way about wrapping up some fucking shattered.
What was the
And
scene?
this is getting to an hour and a half podcast.
Just so
What
you know,
was the bit at
it's
the
like,
beginning that we didn't want to spoil?
the when we got back.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, it's 25 to 11 at night
night.
when we're
Oh my
filming
God.
this. Right, quick. Who can I trust to do the quickest? Not you.
Not make
the
someone
quickest rundown
Hello.
of what happened when we got home.
So, we get off the coach. I had said so recently we had our door freeze shut.
Just as in key
It
in.
expanded.
Yeah, and it
Right.
expanded. The wood got too cold and too warm. Whatever. I said to Fraser on the coach home. I don't know. I said to Fraser. Yeah. On the coach home.
It's meant to be quick, Jesselyn.
Oh God! Imagine if we can't get in again because we've had to have our landlord let us in before. We get off
James's
the
window.
Yes, we get off the coach, get home, key in door doesn't open.
Bear in mind, suitcases,
yeah, suitcases.
8.5 hour coach journey. I want to go to bed.
Yes, starving, needs a shit, all of that.
Shit.
Classic.
All
Joe.
of that. We have to call the landlord. He then climbs through James's window
Again.
Pulls down his
almost
Pulls
falls
down
out of the window, pulls James's curtain down, doesn't let
With
us
the
in
ladder.
for another half an hour, it
Curtain's
feels
still not
like.
up yet.
It felt like he was making himself a cup of tea before he let us
Yeah.
in. It was like, it's kind of cold out here, actually,
And
Rob.
eventually, we get in. He stays for a...
He stays in for like an hour. It's like,
Keeps
Rob,
talking.
please.
He actually has a fucking gossip.
So, how was London? I go,
Fuck
Rob,
off.
go.
Rob.
Come back tomorrow and I will have a chat. I'll make you a cuppa. But now I want to go to bed. Please go.
Eventually leaves.
Fuck
and we
me.
all get to go to bed. And...
We have to get back door keys car.
Yeah, we have to get... I have to go get back door keys.
On Christmas
but-
Eve.
On
No,
Christmas...
Christmas Eve at all.
23rd.
Oh, shit.
Wrong.
And
Still kids.
I thought there was one in town. It's changed to a nail salon. I Google somewhere else. I go in and they say, yeah, we've had lots of people ask about this. But no. So I then have to call my granddad to come get the key from
Yeah,
me at
Keith.
work. Thank you, Keith. To go to Asda to come back to deliver you a key so you can be let out of the house because we've locked you in because you have work
Yeah.
before I finish work. Done.
That was 2 minutes. That's very good.
Where was that amazing farm that you went to but they didn't do it?
Who cares? Thanks for watching. I'm tired.
Right, okay, as a finale,
Ooh.
right, but rank the shows!
Book of Mormon, Plague Goes Wrong, Frozen Les Mis.
Rank the shows!
Frozen lamest play that goes on for one.
Rank the shows!
Play that goes wrong. Frozen, Book of Mormon, lemons.
Right, shows!
Right, shows.
Name is Book of Mormon, Planet Goes Wrong, Frozen! Fuck off! Die! Leave! Fuck off! Sorry.
So Parker, where was that? Keith
I
was the
don't-
place you went to with Fab. Wasn't actually. Keith.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know the old adage about James needing a shit? I kind of need another one.
Parker, no one cares about the key justice.
No one gives a fuck. Gives a fuck.
Sorry.
No one gives a fuck.